Welcome back to Anything You Want, dear viewers. The place where we dive beneath the polished surface of Turkish celebrity life and bring you the stories that the glossy headlines never managed to capture in their full depth. Before we begin today's emotional journey, don't forget to support our growing community. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and consider tapping the join button to help our channel thrive. Your support keeps these long-form, investigative-style stories alive. Today, we're stepping into the hushed corridors surrounding Barış Baktaş and Yağmur Yüksel, a pair once seen as one of the rarest forms of harmony in the entertainment world. Their relationship, which had long served as a quiet compass for followers seeking proof that fame and genuine connection could coexist, now appears to be drifting through a fog no one dared to imagine for them. For years, fans admired not simply the beauty they brought to screens, but the unvarnished sincerity they seemed to reserve for each other. While many celebrity bonds glow brightly and quickly fade, theirs had the quality of something earned, carefully tended, gently balanced, deeply mutual. Yet, in a realm governed by relentless attention and never-ending obligations, even the steadiest foundation can begin to tremble. Their supporters often spoke of them as though they had deciphered a secret formula: how to remain ambitious without eclipsing one another, how to stay tender even when the world demands performance, how to walk parallel paths without drifting apart. But equilibrium, as anyone who has loved under pressure knows, is not self-sustaining. It demands constant reshaping, renegotiating, and replenishing, especially when your life is measured by project schedules, media appearances, and the expectations of millions. Sources close to the pair describe a subtle shift that accumulated over time, not a crisis that exploded loudly, but a quiet scattering of moments that gradually made the air between them heavier. Those who witnessed the early signs say it resembled watching two people trying to maintain a rhythm while the tempo of their lives kept changing. Days packed with filming challenges, nights swallowed by scripts and early calls, and the kind of exhaustion that burrows so deeply you have little left to offer when you walk through your own front door. These are the types of demands that chip away at even the strongest bonds. As the weeks unfolded, small discrepancies reportedly began threading through their shared life. The friction wasn't built on dramatic betrayals or stormy confrontations. Instead, it was made of quieter inconveniences: a weekend reshaped for a shoot, a postponed dinner, a missed conversation that used to be a ritual. Admirers may imagine that actors simply slip out of character once cameras stop rolling, but emotional work leaves residue. When you spend a full day portraying grief, longing, betrayal, or conflict, your body doesn't simply discard those states. They cling to you. And carrying such emotional weight alongside the demands of maintaining a relationship is a delicate balancing act. Before we continue, let me pause for a moment to thank everyone watching this on Anything You Want. If stories like this capture your imagination, please remember to subscribe, like, and leave a comment sharing your thoughts. Whose journey would you like us to cover next? Which Turkish celebrities should we explore in our upcoming deep dives? And of course, if you'd like to support our work even further, the join button is waiting for you. Returning to the heart of our story, it became clear to insiders that the strain between Barış and Yağmur did not stem from lack of affection, but from the sheer weight of their overlapping professional universes. With roles that demanded intense emotional labor, frequent travel, press obligations, and public appearances, the time they once carved out for each other began shrinking. And with that reduction came questions they had no easy answers for. What does a sustainable future look like when your careers keep rewriting your calendars? Where do individual aspirations stop and shared priorities begin? How much flexibility can love expect before it starts bending into exhaustion? Fans, who have cherished the idea of Barış and Yağmur as a symbol of mutual respect and grounded unity, reacted with a mixture of disbelief and empathy. Some expressed a heartfelt hope that the couple was simply weathering a temporary storm, while others sensed that the silence surrounding them hinted at something more lasting. What stood out most was the tenderness with which many supporters approached the situation. A rare sight in an online landscape where speculation often tramples sensitivity. Despite the whispers, there were reports of the couple attempting to mend the widening gap. Insiders mentioned short escapes outside the city, evenings dedicated to reclaiming simplicity, and efforts to reconnect through long, unhurried conversations. These weren't grand gestures meant for show. They were quiet attempts to rediscover the space where their relationship once felt effortless. Anyone who has loved deeply knows such attempts carry their own beauty, even if the outcome remains uncertain. And that is the crux of what surrounds them now, uncertainty wrapped in dignity. No official statement has been released. No dramatic announcement has surfaced. Not even a cryptic social media post hints at finality or renewal. Instead, both seem committed to navigating this chapter with the privacy and respect that has always defined their connection. In a world that demands constant updates, their silence feels almost radical, a choice to protect what remains sacred, whether that is a relationship in transition or an understanding that they owe their audience performance, not personal vulnerability. As we look ahead, one thing remains undeniable. Whatever evolves between Barış Baktaş and Yağmur Yüksel, their impact on Turkish entertainment is already etched into the cultural landscape. The energy they brought to each other, the authenticity they modeled, and the artistic dedication they poured into their craft will continue resonating long after the headlines fade. Love does not always leave the stage with fanfare. Sometimes it transforms quietly, becoming something that reflects growth rather than loss. Before closing, I'd love to ask you, our community at anything you want. Do you think relationships in the spotlight can truly survive the pressure of fame? What do you sense beneath the silence surrounding Barış and Yağmur right now? And of course, whose story should we explore next? Thank you for spending this time with us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and consider joining our community through the join button to support long-form storytelling on Turkish celebrities. This is Anything You Want, signing off for now, but the conversation continues in the comments below.